Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Call Elohim Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakal, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders which are a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the sincere Aki and pushing his truth and sincerity, and diligently putting the videos up throughout the week to feed the sheep. It's McQuad for the jumping in VA camp, and I'm going to get right into it. This is Luke chapter 1, verse 37. It says, "For with Yahweh nothing shall be impossible." And when you come into this truth, that's one of the that's pretty much the end all be all that you gotta start everything with. Okay, that's like ground one. Okay, watch this. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please Him. So you gotta understand that nothing's impossible when Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah is in the equation. Nothing is impossible. Okay, and what is that called? That's called faith. Okay, and it's impossible to please Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah without faith. Okay, so you need to have faith, and you need to believe that anything that you do, anything that you ask for, is going to be given to you. Okay, anything you ask for, you're going to be protected. Everything, your protection to eat, anything, because you're going to say Yahweh Shemi. Matter of fact, we keep reading. It says, "For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that He is." So you got to believe that He is, and He is, and we know that's His name. He is. I am. Well, I am is in the first person, but we look at Him in the third person. Okay, so it's He is. So you got to believe that He is. He exists. He's that guy. He's Yahweh. Okay, it says, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. So that's the only thing. Okay, you got to diligently seek Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah. Okay, now how do we seek the Lord? A lot of people think seeking the Lord means praying to Him, asking Him for things, preaching, right? These things go into it, but that's not the number one thing. The number one way we seek the Lord is by continually doing what we need to do for the ministry. Continually doing the things that we need to do, basically to show Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah that we love Him, right? Because we can't give Him hugs, we can't give Him kisses, right? The only way that show Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah that we actually love Him is by, one, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, but we're not justified by that. Okay, no man is justified by the law. So the only thing we can really do here, now we got to keep the law to the best of our ability. That's already on the table. They tell you in Deuteronomy 10 and 12 that keeping the law is for us. Okay, but the thing that we do for Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah is give back what we was given: love, mercy, affection, kindness, charity, everything we was given. We got to give that back. Okay. It says, in fact, let's go over here. It's 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. "My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth." So that's how we love, in deed and in truth. Okay, so it's an action word. Okay, and we do this why? Because we believe that it's not in vain. We believe we're doing it for Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah. Okay. This is Philippians 4:13. "I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengthen me." Now, it said, "Notwithstanding ye have well done, that ye did communicate with my affliction." So we can withstand all things through Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah. That's why He told us in Him we're going to have rest and peace. Okay, but in the world we're going to be afflicted. we're going to have troubles. Okay, and we give everything up to Yahweh Shemi Hashai. When we have faith in Him, when we believe in Him, when we believe that He's going to take care of us, when we actually believe that anything is possible with Him, everything, all doors just start to open. Okay, you stop worrying about things. People actually look at you like you're crazy. Like, why aren't you worried? Yahweh Shemi Hashai. Okay, when you have faith, you're not going to fear things. When you got 100% faith in Yahweh Shemi Hashai, you're not going to fear things. You're not going to worry anymore, because you're going to know that, like Scripture say, everything works for the good of the elect. Okay, and we do this because we believe we are the elect, and we believe that we could be of that number. We're going to try to conduct in that manner. This is Mark chapter 9 and 23. It says, Yahushua said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. Read again. It says, Yahushua said unto him, if thou cannot believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe, help thou mine unbelief. So Yahushua is basically, when he was on earth, he did a whole lot of healing. Okay, and the only requirement was that they believe. That's why he constantly kept saying, without faith thou hast been restored, without faith thou hast been healed. Okay, always about that. It's always about believing in him. Okay, it's always about believing, and that's step one. Believing, we get those benefits. Step one from believing, and then when the things that we give that back, that forgiveness, that healing, that mercy. The things we give it back. But it all starts on belief. Okay, it all starts on belief. Matthew 17 verse 19 says, then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out? And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. So there it is right there. So if you 100% believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, nothing is going to be impossible for you. Now you had a story where the guy he was a rich man. He kept all the commandments. But the problem was, even though he was keeping the commandments, he had a lot of, he relied heavily on his riches, his earthly riches. Okay, so it was holding him back. Now you got all the brothers in the walk that we do is something. It is or it was at some point in time something, a block for us that held us back from believing 100%. But as we walk through this path of being tried and refined, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, for the elect anyway, is purging these things, slowly chopping at the bit, so that we can lean more towards Him and not on these things that are not Him. Okay, like me personally, one of the things that I had to work on was and still to a degree I still got to work on it, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Coming from doing boxing and mixed martial arts, I did a whole lot of basically relying on my own strength, relying on myself to get out of certain situations. Okay, so that was a thing for me that kind of held me back. Okay, knowing when to let things go and not pursue it. You don't even need to. But that was one of the things that held me back. So Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah has been putting me through various tests to get me out of that mindset. And me now compared to me just 6 months ago is like a drastic difference. of fact, I'm gonna go right here. This is Matthew's 16:25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my name's sake shall find it. And we lose ourselves. The more we lose ourselves, the more faith we put in Yahweh Shem Shah. Okay, because we become so invested in the truth, we have nowhere else to go, or at least that's how it should be. You should continually be investing into the truth, because there is no plan B. Okay, when you got all these other options, that's when your mind messes up. When you look at Ananias and his wife, what they did was they sold their houses and their goods, and they basically gave some to the ministry, and they like buried the rest for a rainy day, so to speak. And then they got caught and got put to death. So we gotta put everything we got into the truth, into the ministry, okay, and including our faith. Okay, no plan Bs. Don't worry about getting no vaccines. Okay, don't worry about no coronavirus, right? Don't worry about buying guns. We don't need guns. Okay, we got all the protection that we need. Okay, a gun is not going to save you for whatever Yahweh Shem Shah has coming. Okay, but getting gun and weapons and vaccine, these things, not only can they not help you, it's disrespectful to get these things. Yahweh Shem Shah said time and time and again, you want to let these gods are your protection, okay, let them save you. Okay, and that's the position you put yourself in when you try to do things on your own, when you try to rely on your own strength. Okay, you align yourself versus Yahweh Shem Shah, and that's a losing battle. You're not going to lose that. I mean, you're not going to win that battle. That's a done deal. This is Romans 14:23. It says, and he that doubteth is damned if he eats, because he that eateth not of faith, for whatsoever is not of faith is sin. So if you don't have faith, that's sin off top. Okay, if you're not relying on Yahweh Shem Shah, you're wasting your time in this thing. Okay, you're wasting your time. And that also, it just goes deep, because a lot of guys say they have faith and they just think that's all about being tough. But it's not just about being tough. It's not just about, I'm going to go out here and preach boldly and nobody's going to touch me. No, it's not about always about the predictable situations. It could be a situation where as though a small situation, somewhere off the line, okay? It could be a situation where you got to forgive a brother. It could be a situation where you might be in a predicament, you're going to lose your job, or it's anything, okay? We gotta think on Yahweh Shem Shah in every single situation. All the movements that we make, we gotta be thinking about Yahweh Shem Shah. What will he do? What do we gotta do here? Is this going to conflict with my faith? Okay, and although getting like guns, it's not against the law. It's like, what do you need that for? We don't gotta hunt for food, right? We don't gotta hunt for food. So what's the gun for? Because if you think somebody's going to break in your house and you're going to protect your family with a gun, first off, who do you think sent that person in your house? Yahweh Shem Shah. He sent that person. So you think you're going to stop with Yahweh Shem Shah set up with a gun? You got to be out of your fucking mind. Scriptures say the day of the Lord is going to be like if a man flee from a lion, then a bear, then a snake got him. In other words, when Yahweh Shem Shah got you on that list, there's nothing you can do. Whether it be on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, whatever list you're on, you're not getting off that list. Okay, you're going to fall into the lot that you're on. But when you do physical things like get guns, when you do things like vaccines, when you do things like you don't just anything outside of faith in Yahweh Shem Shah, you run the risk of being destroyed and disrespecting Yahweh Shem Shah. And read it again. It says, and he that doubteth is damned if he eat. Because if he eateth not of faith, for whatsoever is not of faith, is sin. And we know the wages of sin is what? Death. So that's the games you're playing out here. But with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekal, Kadash, Adawan, Ratazah, Dum, Tamayim, Akim, Walla, Akwaf, Yakal, Shalom.